go! Well, it's exactly where we've left it, so let's take it apart. Right, this should be a more familiar view to some of you. So the diesel heater should be sitting this way up on its bracket. Below in the instructions I got, you can run it in more than one, it actually says you can run it in more than one orientation. So I'm sure it can run like that, and you're allowed to run it at 89 degrees past the point, I think it's so, or that way, whatever, so the water can flow through or is it that way up? Wait a minute. That makes more sense, yeah. So you can run it like that. You can't see a goddamn thing. I'll show you in another video. It's not that exciting. Right, okay. It's got one wire that seems to be, it's permanently attached. That is the one for the water pump. Everything is full of water. My workshop has never been so wet. So that's the water pump one that's permanently attached to the heater. Right, let's start at the start. What size are these? They are that size. Whatever that is. A 4? Nah, 4mm hex. Right, we've got a bottom plate here. Separate these screws out in a minute. Gives you a bottom plate. That's nice thick aluminium, actually. That's nice and thick. What's in the bottom? In the bottom we have, let's zoom in a bit if we can. Zoom, more zoom, bitch. Okay, we've got the plug that goes out to all the wires, controls, power in, etc, etc. The plug for all the internal components. In there, in the bottom, this bit, is the fan motor. The bottom of the fan motor, you see it spinning round. There's the two magnets that it uses for sensing how fast it's going. This one here is on the exhaust port, so that must be the exhaust sensor. Wait, my camera's backwards, everything's backwards. Everything's backwards. That must be the exhaust temperature sensor. I don't know what that does. It doesn't appear to go anywhere. Let's see. This has got things wrapped around it. Yeah, we'll get in further, have a look at that. Air intake into the blower motor. There's not a lot else in there to come out. Oh, wait a minute, this bit comes off. Let's just unplug this then. Using the wrong tools for the job. Go on, pop. Honest, you can unplug. Okay, that's that unplugged. It's the exact same connection as our side. Let's not get them mixed up. So this slides off. Let us unzoom. Whoop. What have we got? Hopefully an ECU box of some variety. Okay, we've got top panel and an O-ring that's about to disappear inside. And an O-ring. Please don't break. O-ring. And the circuit board that's inside. Will it come out? No, it's not for coming out, and I don't want to break it. So in there's the circuits and things. That's the control board. Set that over there where it doesn't get wet, hopefully. And there's it's actually got an O-ring for the lid. Nice plastic too. Appears to be glass fibre reinforced. I won't cut it because you can actually see the glass fibres in it. It's got a lot. And, right, that gives us a slight better view of the blower motor. It's a nice heavy, it's a nice heavy spin it's got to. Right, onwards. Let's take off this top plasticky section. I'll require a screwdriver. A different screwdriver. Screwdriver and friends? How about you? Let's see. So we've got this bit which covers the fuel hole. I should have chosen a slightly smaller screwdriver, yes. It's too big. That's what she said. Ha! Never. Right, let me see if we can precariously pop this cover. Come on, you know you want to. The two things want to keep clicking back in. Oh, nearly had it there. Oh, so close. If only I had another hand. Why is this taking the longest? It shouldn't be that hard. There we go. Okay, one plastic piece. What does that cover up? Nothing, it's just covering a hole. Okay, that removes the top plastic trim. What's here? We have got a big black thing. Does the big black thing come off? It does! The big black thing comes off, and it is the impeller motor for the... Oh, it's got a bit of a rub. Oh wait, it's just... Sorry, my mistake. It's now rubbing on the wire, which is now touching it because we've taken the cover off the top of it. That's alright. Okay. That looks like the glow plug there. That's a glow plug. Does this piece of plastic go somewhere? It does. So this piece of plastic comes out, and it would allow you to remove all the wires, etc. Okay, let us proceed. What have we got here? We've got another black wire that runs along to, this appears to be, going from where it is on the body, I'm going to say it's the coolant temperature sensor, as opposed to the other one, and the exhaust being the exhaust temperature sensor. It appears like there's an option for another sensor on this bit. It's the same size, same construction, and that would be the outlet water temperature sensor. Must have a, I don't know why you would have a body temperature sensor and an actual outlet if you needed, well, maybe if you needed a more accurate measurement. What else have we got? Well, this is the water inlet side, and this is my 3D printed replacement part. The new part is on its way from China, and it should be here, well, very soon. But, is that a 10? No, that's more like an 8. Is it an 8? Oh, it was an 8. That was a good guess. What I did notice, well, very silly of me, I hadn't noticed the first time, is that you don't actually need this piece at all. He said if it ever unscrewed. Gaff. Please don't melt. Okay. That could have done being a hair larger. So the pump itself has an O-ring on it, and there's a mount here, and it's shaped, and you literally just plug the whole thing in, and you put a Jubilee clip that comes with it round the motor, and it attaches straight into the heater body. So you don't actually need that other little bit of pipe, but you can use it obviously because you might want to put this pump somewhere else. But that pump does fit into that hole with an O-ring seal in there. So that's not the end of the world if that bit arrives broken, etc. Right, let's get inside the pump body. Are these all the same size? Oh, they are. You beauty. Get one down here. Get another one. We'll turn. 2 screws. 3 screws. Right. Do I need to take this sensor off? Yes, I do. Need a smaller Allen key for this. I'll undo this. Off of there. Let's take the sensor out. We said. Okay, sensor's out. The sensor also has an O-ring on it. That means it is directly in the water. Yes, so that is actually in the water, that sensor. I'll leave it over there. Right, we should now be able to separate the burn chamber, no, the burn chamber from the heat exchanger. Assuming I took all the screws out. Wait, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. What am I missing? Ah yes, the big brackets on the back that is still attached. I need to take that off. This bit is holding the two halves together. Oh man, I did these up finger tight. Urgh, I must have had stronger fingers the other day. Christ on a bike. 10s or 12s, 10s or 12s, 10s or 12s. Neither. 13s. What? What? 13s. Right. Back to finger tight. Splendid. Okay, that removes the rear bracket. No, the mounting bracket, the one you mount onto something. Okay, now we should be able to turn it back over so we're not sitting the cables. And we'll take the heat exchanger off of the burn chamber. Here we go. Okay, what bit we see first? Ooh, the burn chamber. Let's have a peer inside. Right, in there, that's just your pretty standard looking heat exchangers, nothing fancy science. You can see very down the bottom there's the curved pipe where it curves for the outlet. Everything else just looks like a big aluminium. It's pretty heavy. There's the inlet. Wait a minute, can you actually peer? You see the inlet? The inlet appears to have fins as well. Not fins, but fins on the inside of that. Would that be a thing? It could be. So you've got more surface area. Okay, that looks quite impressive. This could do with a clean before I put it back together. Right, let's set that there. Now, the burn chamber. This is quite a big burn chamber if I do say so myself. At the bottom there, just looks like the other burn chamber, so I'm going to just peer in myself. Yes. Okay. It's big though. Where is the larger... where is it? There it is. So this is the burn chamber out of the 5, 6, 7, 8 kilowatt heater, and here it is compared to this one. A little bit of a size difference, if I do say so. Oh, deesh! It could quite happily swallow that little one. Yeah, it's quite a bit bigger. Hence it uses quite a bit more diesel. Sit you there just now. Okay, can we go further? Of course we can go further. Let us go further. So the hot gases burn in here, get burned round inside the heat exchanger and then exit through this port here and out the exhaust hole where the sensor is. So let us remove the sooty burn chamber. It's probably sooty from the failed starts that it had on when I tried it on the small fuel pump. It didn't like the small fuel pump, it really didn't. So I'll probably give this a good clean before I put it all back together. I'm basically going to brake clean or something like that just to flush it. Right, let's see. Yes, the glow plug and the gasket that I'm trying not to break. Right, gasket, stay there. Don't break gasket. There. Please stay. Oh, broke it a little bit. Not to worry. New gaskets are available. Alright, it's now the glow plug that is holding us in place. So she'll try and remove this. Well, the glow plug doesn't unplug. Like this is going to be a challenge. This is okay. Let's first remove the rubbery bit, and then slide up the wires. Slide up there. Now, does that give us more room to... Yes, it does. Okay. Let us slide this around so we may see. Okay, we've got a big gasket there. Is that likely to be a 13? No, it's a 12. I knew one of these things was a 12. Go on. There we go. Right. So I've cracked it. Now, how do I undo it? Oh, this is a bit fiddly. Wait, am I even in shot anymore? Look, here's me removing the glow plug because it doesn't unplug. I'm gonna have to spin the whole burn chamber to get it to come off. Oh, this is exciting. At least there's enough slack wire. Right. Please come back in 5 minutes. Ah, the gasket's gonna fall off now as well. Okay, success. Slide that back out of the way just now. Not even in shot. Come on, David. Get it together here. Right, here is the burn chamber removed. Wow, okay, so it could have had 2 glow plugs. It could have had 2 glow plugs and 2 fuel feeds. Interesting. I wonder if there's a bigger one again that uses both. Perhaps the 24 volt uses 2 glow plugs and 2 lots of fuel injection, because the 24 volt one is even more powerful than this one. That would be interesting to see. Anyway, we've got a nice big gasket here. Is it metallized? Not sure if it's metallized. I don't know my gasket so well. And the inside of the chamber. I'll just give you a quick side-by-side comparison of the 5, 6, 7, 8 kilowatt and this 16 kilowatt burner. It's a good size difference, Right. That's the burn chamber. That just leaves this bit. Come on, wires, all come together. So we've got a glow plug. Again, that just looks like a standard ceramic glow plug that any of the heaters would have. If you're going to replace it though, you would have to cut the wires and solder them back together to put a new one in. It's not so great. And there, probably can't see because it's very black and dirty, is the tip of this exhaust gas temperature sensor. It's in there. I have to clean all these surfaces before I put it back together. And that just leaves the fan motor assembly. The impeller, the motor, and the sensor end. So by the looks of that, you'd have to pop this end off to take the motor out. It must go top off and then motor at the bottom. I'm not going to do that because these are very brittle, and well, it's better to have a spare one of these in case you snap this one on the way off, and then you can just put a new one straight back on. But we don't need to take the motor out to see the motor. The motor feels nice. It's a bit coggy, but that's to be expected, I suppose. But it's got a nice spin. Anyway, okay. So that is it, all apart. Nothing super complex there. Pretty standard burn chamber. Pretty standardy looking heat exchanger. It's nice though, it's nice and heavy. It's nice, it's got good gravity to it. Not sure what this plate looks like an extra plate. It looks additional. I don't know. Does it come off? No, that appears to be, it's either stuck on with glue or sealant or something. It's got pry bits where I could give it a pry, but I don't really need to, if I'm honest. We'll just leave that bit alone. Don't think my 3D printed part quite likes the heat once it's stopped running. I mean, this is PETG, it's not supposed to melt until it gets like really hot, so it must have been quite hot. There, don't need you anymore. So, going by the looks of it, there's not a huge amount to this here. You've got 2 sensors, a glow plug, the fan motor, and the burn chamber. I wonder if you could upgrade the burn chamber to actually use both. I wonder if it... Oh no, it still must use both injection bits, because the fuel will still flow down and through. It just won't glow. Curious. Let's... What size wing that is? 13, 12, 13? 13. Let's have a peer inside. It's not a 13. What the god awful. Everything is a different size. Right, next up, 14. Hey! Wallet crack. Oh my god. Let's have a peer in here. I've taken the screw out and I don't see any gauze in there for burning. And is the bolt longer than the injection hole? No, so you'd still get fuel going in that hole. Oh, that's okay. We'll just screw that back in and seal it back up. And we'll just make it nice and tight. Don't want any leaks. Okay, nice and tight. Well, from looking at that, and well, I don't know how long it took me to disassemble it there, but maintenance isn't that much of a huge big deal. It seems pretty... Well, from the time it took me to take this all apart, and, well, cleaning it or changing anything shouldn't really be too much of an issue. It seems relatively easy to take apart and put back together. Granted, you don't even need to go to the level of going in this deep. You could have just changed the glow plug, etc. from outside. Can you change the glow plug from outside? There's the question. Where's the housing? Which way is up? Which way is up? Right, that goes in there. Can you change the glow plug from... no, not really. Okay, I take it back. I take it all back. No. You could just, with a specialised tool, cut the wires and... Yeah, you could get in there and get that out. If you made a nice long socket with a slit up the side for the wires, you could get that in and out there without actually taking the burn chamber out. But like I say, you'd have to cut this, but once it's failed, you'll just chop it and then you can make solder or butt connections or something to put it back together. Right, well, I suppose now I should clean it all and then put it back together for our next round of testing. In our next round, I'm going to swap out the 10-litre jug for a bigger 20-litre jug that's not sitting up in the air, because everything's so wet. I've never been so wet in my workshop. There's a quote for 2020. I've never been so wet in my workshop. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on doing something else with this heater. Oh, in other news, the Webasto that I ordered in December, yeah, before Christmas, still hasn't arrived. It is lost in post somewhere. So, still no Webasto. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to eventually get one and see if I can do something with it. But as I was saying, thanks for watching, guys.